Alright, hey everybody, how's it going? You can see we're boiling sap again. I'm going to try to do a video today on some bottling. Today is March 6th. It's about 60 degrees out today. It was only down in the 40s last night. Supposed to get some thunderstorms and stuff later today. I did go out and gather this morning already. This tank. Got this filled up. I got about 250 gallons again today, so that's one full tank. So that should keep us busy for the rest of the day. It's about 1 o'clock. Just started boiling about 11 or no, about noon. I got back. So we're cooking. She's rolling. With some running in from the back pan, which is what we like to see. Over here, I got the finished pan going. Not too much happening yet. It's not quite up to temperature. But go down here. See the burners down there? Got it fired up. If we look at this thermometer right here, which is on the pan, when it gets around the 7 right there, that's the that's what we're looking for as far as finished product of syrup. That's 7 degrees above water boiling is basically what that is, if you can read that thermometer. A little shaky here, but yeah. So hopefully we'll try to get some video of me jugging this up here in a little bit and get this rolling. Over here, might have showed this a little bit before, but this is the final filter that we use. This is the see that right there, they call that a cone filter, and it's what we'll be pouring that stuff into, and then it'll come out. Down there is our spout for our bottling. Yeah, I don't know if this will all go through there. That filter is pretty it's pretty fine. It's hard to get too many gallons to go through it. There's probably at least 7 gallons here in this pan, so we'll see how much I can get through it. If it doesn't all go through, then we have to wash that filter out every time, and we'll reboil it and go again. But over here, I guess I'll show you guys, these are the jugs that we use. These are Sugar Hill containers. Get these from a syrup supply place. These are 1 quart jugs. Box of them here. There's 80 of them in here. Usually buy a few boxes every year. Like I said, these are 1 quart. Seem to be, I don't know, our most popular size. We have done pints and we've even done a few gallons. But people usually don't want to buy a gallon of syrup in 1 container. It's quite a bit to go at once. Look over here, you can see some of the finished ones from this year. And there's a bunch up there. And then in here, these are the glass bottles that we do. These are empty, brand new. So I might fill some of these up today, depending on how this stuff is. Usually you try to put some of your earlier stuff into this. Glass bottles is just, the lighter stuff looks a little better in there. But yeah, so that's that. It is already starting to get darker. As the season goes on, the sap will become darker. Just a natural process of the trees getting closer to bud and the temperature is warming up. But if you look here, we got 2 samples. The one on the left was from 220 of this year, and the one on the right was from 3/1. It's kind of hard to see because the sun's not out and I can't really hold these in a good spot and hold the camera, but see the one on the left, how much lighter that is, and the one on the right is getting a little bit darker, but it's still pretty light. The darker the syrup gets, the more flavor it'll actually have. The darker stuff is going to have more of a maple flavor to it, and the lighter stuff not so much. I actually do have a grading scale here if I can get it out. Hold on. See here, there's actually a little kit you can buy that gives you all the different grades. This one here is actually one of our samples. That one is from back in '99. It's kind of, the bottle didn't seal very well. It's not the best, but we keep a record kind of every one that we've done. Every year we pull a couple samples and we keep these jars around just for our own sake. But this right here is a very fancy, I mean, that's pretty much clear. We hardly ever get anything that clear. That's like really clear. And then if you just look here, you can see how those samples get darker from the left to right. The ones on the right are your, they say a lower grade. Like the far one on the right is a grade B, dark amber. This one here is a grade A. I don't know. I feel like some of these samples might not be quite up to what they used to be. They kind of get faded out over time, just sitting around and sunlight gets to them and whatnot. But yeah, so I just figured I'd show you that. While we're still waiting, still don't have a boil going yet. Should be pretty close. Another thing I thought would be kind of interesting for some of you is, well, I'll just show this anyway, but this is our record. We kind of keep a record every year. Just something neat to do. You can see from year to year how the seasons were. Like this is our record for this year, date that we tapped, keep track of temperatures. Right here you can see the gallons that we've made on certain days, 5 gallons that day, almost 6 there, 4 there, 7, another 7. So right now, about what we got there, we got 34 gallons made total. And then I got that stuff in the pan there, which will probably be another, I don't know, 5 or 6 gallons. But see if we look back here. Let me open this up. Hold on. Alright. I don't know. Just go back here to, there's a record from '05. And that's our total gallons we made that year was 50 gallons on 123 taps. Let's see, what year is this? 2011 was a good year. We made 95 gallons. So yeah, it's just something neat to look at over years past. Keep track of what the temperatures were and when the earliest dates were. Like right there, 2012, it looks like we didn't even tap until 3:10, which we've already tapped then, or we've already tapped this year past then. And we did end up getting 88 gallons that year. So, like I say, there's another one. Something neat to look at. There's one from '01. Let's see. We didn't make very many that year. We only had 100 taps. But yeah, these are just I don't know, these papers. My dad gets them just the Sugar Bush Supply. This is just a form that they already have. We just print them out every year and change the date on it and keep track of it that way. So, all right, well, I'll come back to you here in a minute.